Well, we're on the Lower Provo, and the purpose of the first part of this video is to show you how to cross a river. Now, anybody can cross a river. Yeah, you can cross a river, but there are certain ways it's better to cross a river, safer, whatever. In this particular case, my friend Mark, he is kind of imagining that he's the guide, and I'm the guide, but I'm really imagining that I'm an old man, which I actually am an old man that needs some help. Now, a good guide will stay with someone who's a weak waiter, okay? And stay close. And notice we're both using wading staffs. And anybody that laughs at wading staffs and so forth just shows their lack of, well, I won't say that, I don't want to offend anybody, but 3 points of support is a really good way to do things. So we've crossed over there. We wanted to get to the other side because there's a good hole over there. But notice we crossed carefully at the tail of a pool there in a nice wide place where it was shallow. Now here I'm going to climb up the bank instead of the guide getting up first and everything, and he's going to make sure that I don't fall over. Of course, he could have gotten up and helped me out, but you know, I knew where I wanted to go in this particular case. Notice those red bushes there. That's really kind of a dogwood. My friend Danny says it's an osea or something. Red dogwood. Yeah, they're beautiful in the spring. Yeah, we're not faking the color there. That's real. Now we're on the opposite side there because the stream turns there to the left, and so we're on the inside of the bend. That's where we want to be. And of course, Dan is taking the video from across the stream. We're in the perfect spot there. Mark's going to bounce rig there. And I'll tell you what, it didn't take long. It hooked up. Now this should be a piece of cake, I guess, except for one thing. Mark was still rigged up with a 6X tippet on his bounce rig, and he had a size 22 little drowned mayfly imitation there. And there wasn't any horse in this fish in. 6X tippet and a tiny fly and a good sized rainbow and a powerful current there. The current circles around there. It goes around to the far bank and then down. And there's a back eddy in front of us there. The reason I'm showing this is the guys that say you put the maximum bend in the rod and playing with the butt of the rod and get him in there so we can catch more, and they run out there with a great old big net like a grizzly bear chasing after a salmon. Well, in this particular case, we need finesse here, okay? We're working that fish in, it's a back current, he comes around, but then he takes off again. Notice Mark is keeping the rod down, kind of parallel to the ground, and keeping a bend in it, and he lets him run. And he doesn't have his hand on the reel. Whenever he gets a chance, he reels some, but he doesn't have his hand on the reel. That's what we're saying all the time to people: get your hand off the reel. I don't think I had to tell Mark. I know I did. I didn't have to tell Mark once. He's fished with us 2 or 3 times before, and he knows what we require. Now the tendency is, when a fisherman's like this and he's starting to get the fish in, and he wants to help out the guy with the net, and so the tendency is to move towards the netter, you know, and that is not the answer. Working hard there, trying to get him in close. You're putting maximum pressure on with that 6X and the side pressure. We put upward pressure and get him near the top or something, and chances are he'll shake his head and stuff. No. Now, you'd think that I could wait out there, but I can't. It drops off pretty good there. Also, this fish is wary. He sees me, and when he gets in close, he takes off like a shot. He gets within 10 or 12 feet of me, and then he takes off and runs out there for 30 or 40 feet. Now you would think that this fish would just go around and get in the current and go downstream and we'd lose him. And so a lot of people would see him run out into the heavy current in the tail of the hole. They think, oh, I got to pressure him, he'll get away. In this particular case, we know this is a big rainbow because of the way he's fighting, and that big rainbow doesn't want to leave that hole. Okay, and he's strong. As long as he fights the current and everything, he's not going to leave the hole. The disaster would be if he was really tired and got in that current and then just drifted away, and like a bucket in the water, and he'd break that leader just with no effort at all, because it just dead weight going downstream. Now in this particular case, if I'd had a longer handle net, I could have got that fish safely at that point there. But I don't carry a great big net. I have no problem with great big nets, but they're awkward to carry. So we got that fish, and we're feeling really good about that. And I told Mark, I said, well, that's a good way to end the day, you know. And as a guide, I'll tell you, if you're a guide, it's always good to end with a good fish. But Mark said, oh, you know, he just said the famous thing, well, one more cast. And I said, oh, okay, well, there I go. There goes my day that I thought was perfect and everything. Yeah, well, one more cast, and he got another one on. So I told him, I kidded him, I said, well, that was a guide trick. What you do is you tell people that we need to leave and everything, and then they cast out there and try really hard and they catch another one. I told him that. He believed it, but then I finally admitted that I lied. I didn't know he was going to catch another one. It's funny how a lot of times we say we're going to change flies or move or something, and then we catch a fish, and it's kind of embarrassing for us guys, but that's okay. I'm getting too old to guide anyway. I guess I'm going to have to be a teacher, I guess, a guide / teacher or something. Yeah. It's really nice to have somebody like Mark that's a pretty good fisherman, and he's been with us before, and we've trained him a little bit, and I swear, you know, it's nice to have somebody that really fishes well, and maybe in a particular situation fishes better than the guide, okay? But yeah, that's gratifying. That's the plan. Dan and I, we want people to be better fishermen, to be able to fish on their own. I guess that's counterproductive if you're a guide, but it's not counterproductive if you're a teacher. That's where the satisfaction is. Well, here again, he's played it carefully. And this is real time. I haven't trimmed this. I want to show you. It takes a while. A lot of times we do our videos and we cut down the fight time and so forth, you know, to keep things interesting. But in this particular case, this is instructional. This is saying, be patient. Look, see that fish take off? I guess you can see, if you can see that indicator float, it's kind of yellow. We get in there closer to the shore, and he see me, and away to go again. He's coming in there, and I think I've got him. And then he said, no, I'm not having anything to do with that. This water is cold, you know. If the water's warmer, you know, I'm not warm, but I mean this is in late March, okay, almost April. The water's still really cold coming out of Deer Creek Reservoir. If this was summertime, and I told Mark this, I said this fish would have eaten our lunch. In other words, there's no way we would have landed this fish, not with 6X. I told Mark he probably should have changed his. Yeah, I know. I should have put on something a little heavier tippet. Of course, there's no guarantee that we'd have fooled this big old rainbow with a heavier tippet. Well, we finally got it. This is bigger than the other one. These are fat rainbows, really fat. Nice, well-conditioned fish. No close-up on these, sorry guys. Dan's on one side and we're on the other. There he is. You can figure this. That's a nice rainbow. Yeah. You want to fish with us? Hey, at the end of this video, the contact information is there. You want to learn this stuff, we want to teach you, so give us a call.